from WJLA 24/7 News.
Coming up, if you have been going to job interviews but can't secure the job, it might not be your resume, but your body language.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got a body language expert here with us to tell us what your body language might say about you in an interview.
Well, this may come as a surprise, but it's not just your qualifications and your words that matter when you're looking to advance your career. Your body language is key and can actually make or break your next interview.
I know, as I'm sitting cross-legged and with high posture, here to share the nonverbal cues that can help or hinder you in the workplace is Stephen Kyle, human behavior expert and author of The Human Whisperer. So Stephen, right off the bat,
yeah, how did we do?
How are we doing?
You're doing wonderfully, but you both have a job, so you don't have the stress and anxiety that most people who are looking for a job might have.
Right.
But you're doing great.
Which I just talked to someone the other day, and she said to me, she's like, I feel like I just go in and bomb on interviews because I'm so nervous.
Right.
She has no reason to be nervous. She's got a college degree. She's qualified for the job, but she just isn't comfortable. She hasn't done interviewing in 20 years.
Right. Well, it's a very stressful experience and it's full of anxiety. And if you can get that under control through your body language, that is going to just help you both externally and internally. For example, one of the things you can do in an interview, one of the best things you can do is smile. Now, we've all heard that 100 times, oh, you have to smile. But there are both an external and internal component to it. Externally, when you smile, you convey warmth, friendliness, openness to the other person, which is great. But what some people don't realize is there's an internal component to it. When you smile, a genuine smile, your body releases dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin into your bloodstream.
Oh.
This has a calming, soothing effect on you. So not only does it convey warmth to the other person, but physiologically it reduces your stress and anxiety level and makes you more comfortable and able to be yourself to give the best interview you can give.
Okay, so what would be some of the tips that some of our viewers who are maybe watching, who are preparing for an interview or kind of are having these struggles of, you know, feeling like you go into these interviews and you bomb? How do you, I mean, do you practice smiling? I mean, like, what should we be doing?
That's a very good question. One of the things that you can do to practice, again, because one of the things that makes a huge difference is eye contact. The golden rule of eye contact is you want to maintain eye contact about 2/3 of the time with the person you're speaking with. If you maintain eye contact 100% of the time, you look psychotic.
Exactly.
And you look
but
crazy.
That's what, like that makes me sometimes I get uncomfortable with too much eye contact.
I know.
Exactly.
Why is that?
Well, because too much eye contact, there's too much of a intrusion in your personal space. When someone doesn't break eye contact, it feels intrusive.
Right.
And it feels as though I were to stand 2 inches away from you. You get that same internal feeling. So the golden rule for eye contact is 2/3 rule. And how you can achieve that by practicing easily is imagine a triangle on the person's face that runs between their eyes and their mouth.
Okay.
And with your eyes, you hit each point the same amount of time. So you're bound, so your eyes essentially...
Yeah, but can you tell like I'm looking at your mouth right now?
Yes, I can. You can tell. For example, as I'm looking at you now and I'm looking at your whole face, I'm not maintaining eye contact the entire time, and it takes some of that edge off that stare.
I see.
But it's better than looking away and coming back.
Right.
So then that's something that can be practiced.
Interesting.
That is really interesting. What are some of the other things as far as posture? I'm sure sometimes people, you know, start
I sit like this
playing with
usually.
your hand. When I get nervous, I start going like this. I'm a fidgeter.
Right.
Is that bad body language?
That's very bad body language.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to fidget and do things that are you know, just distracting in any kind of a way. And I've mastered the ability. I don't do that kind of. No, but one of the things you can do, or one of the things you shouldn't do, is take up too little space. When you're stressed and filled with anxiety, you tend to kind of close up, and you adopt a stance that is more closed off, and you're taking up less space. Even if you're stressed, you can still appear more confident and comfortable if you just open up and just take up a little bit more space. And it needs to be subtle. For example, if I'm sitting here with my arms in the chair, this isn't very comfortable, but just this slight change to this, all of a sudden, you look a lot more comfortable, and you're going to convey that. But you don't want to overdo it and have your arm on the other chair and go crazy.
Too relaxed.
It needs to be subtle.
Because too relaxed can also come across as
disinterest. Right, exactly. That can come across as somebody who's not really invested in the interview and isn't really that
So
engaged.
your body language can, nervous and overconfident could play against you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to be overconfident, you don't want to be underconfident. You want to come right in at that golden middle.
I want to talk a little bit about your book. You are the human whisperer.
Well, the book title doesn't refer to me. It refers to anyone who wants to become better in dealing with people. If you want to learn how to understand, connect with, and influence people, then anyone can become a human whisperer. And that's really what the book is about, those three things: understanding, connecting with, and influencing people.
So it's all those nonverbal cues
Well,
for the most part, right?
in part it's nonverbal. The body language only is one small part of the book. There's sections on how to detect deception, both verbal, both listening to what people say and how they behave nonverbally, as well as how to boost your own internal charisma so you can appear more charismatic, how to influence people's decision-making process. So there's a whole bunch of things that go into it, far more than just the body language.
Is it true that crossing your arms like this shuts people off? Because there are times that I'm in conversations standing up, and it's just actually more comfortable to stand like this.
Exactly. That's a very good question. And some people just assume that this always means a defensive, closed-off posture. It doesn't. Crossing the arms can mean a lot of different things because there are different ways people cross their arms. For example, if you're standing and there are other people also crossing their arms, and I'll mirror you as we're chatting, that can be a very comfortable exchange.
Okay, good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I do it when I'm with comfortable. I'm like, I hope that they aren't thinking that I'm closing them off.
No, what I notice with you though, when you do it, you're forward, you're engaged, and you have the eye contact.
Right.
So I don't feel like you're sitting back here like, and your eye, like your eyes, your face. I can see you smile. I can see you listening to me. Please, more.
Being a good listener.
Exactly.
You gotta be a good listener.
This book sounds fascinating.
Yeah, where can people get it?
You can go to Amazon and pick up a copy. Pick up a couple of copies.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Share them with your friends and family.
Exactly.
Stephen Kyle, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
so much.
it. Did we pass the interview? Did we get the job?
You get the job.
Okay, good.
Yes, and good luck to all of you getting that job. Your body language is going to do it.
We'll have more of Let's Talk Live coming up right after the break.